Well, thank you for having me. My name is Meredith McGeckran. I'm here to just talk briefly about a program that we started at Boston University a number of years ago. So if it's okay with you, I'm just going to share my screen and just show you a few things to just introduce the program. Okay. So the name of our program is ICCR for short. And what that stands for is Intensive Cognitive and Communication Rehabilitation. This is a virtual program that is geared towards young adults that have an acquired brain injury and have a particular interest in either returning to college or starting college if they haven't yet had that opportunity. So this program actually started as a research study back in 2017 by my colleague, Dr. Kieran, and it ran until 2021. And at the end of 2021, the research component was completed. However, we decided that there was still this gap in care for these young adults that had this goal. So we decided to keep the program going, and it is now a private pay program. This is our team. Like I said, I'm Meredith. I also have Dr. Kieran and a graduate student supervisor that works with us at the program. So this is, like I said, geared to young adults, typically 18 to 36 years old. We have made exceptions for older than 36 if it's a good fit and our goals align. So it is for anybody that's had an acquired brain injury, whether it was from a stroke, a TBI, an infection. Some of our students had their injury earlier on in life, maybe in high school or junior high. And then some of our students have had it more recently, and they all have that common goal of wanting to return to college. So how do we do it? So what we do is we provide an integrated contextual classroom to help our students learn. So we take college level classes, we use open courseware, we watch lectures, we take notes, we break things down. It is 100% supported. So we will, cue, our students tend to be at different levels. So we cue appropriately per student to help them maximize their success. And like I said, this is now a fully virtual program. It was in person, however, along with the rest of the world when COVID hit, we switched to remote. And then we found that more people were able to participate remotely. So we decided at this point, we're keeping it remote. And I think the best thing to show you is our schedule, just to kind of get a feel for what a typical day looks like. So we have our students check in the morning. We kind of check their energy level, what strategies they're going to use that day, and then we watch a lecture together. During that lecture, we ask our students to keep their screens on so we can kind of monitor their attention and note-taking. And if we feel like somebody might need a break, we might send them a chat and say, looks like you might want to get up, get a drink, and come back to help focus a little bit more. Each semester, we take two core courses, and then an elective. So this was from the fall, and we took political science and then a cognitive science course called the human brain. So we would watch the lecture. After the lecture, we do what we call a brain dump, which is really just what it sounds like. Just share whatever stood out to you in the lecture, just to kind of get your brain primed for what's coming next. Then we go through notes together. We do practice questions. And then as part of our program too, students have 2 individual 60-minute speech sessions a week. So we can really focus on your individual personal goals and then work on applying those within the context of the classroom. So it's 6 hours a day, 4 days per week. We really want to target that intensity. We also would cap our cohort at 8. 8 would be the max amount of students that we would have, so we can still get that personalization intensity. Students have quizzes, they have homework to kind of replicate the demands of traditional academia. We also kind of tailor our workload for our students. If we have students that need to be challenged a little bit more, then I'll change up their homework and give them something a little bit more challenging. Or if somebody needs a modification in another way, we can certainly do that. Before we start the semester, we do a battery of assessment. We repeat that battery at the end of the assessment, the end of the semester. So we can really get some concrete data of their improvement in attention, memory, executive functioning, language that happened during the course of the semester. So I mentioned our individual speech sessions. This can be very targeted to the person. So for example, we had somebody that was looking to return to their PhD program. So they were tasked with working on longer research papers with support using strategies to kind of get back to that level that they were looking for. It may just be creating really functional tools for keeping track of their schedule. When am I going to study for my quiz? When is my homework due? Or it can be more language based, pulling out key vocabulary from the lecture and working on accessing those in our sessions. So within the classroom, we are always focusing on attention, memory, executive functioning. Really important is that metacognition, having our students being able to improve their ability to identify their own errors, or before they start a task, think about, all right, how am I going to do this? What tools am I going to use to get this done? Schedule. We've had, our original study showed that students were more than twice as likely to return to the college setting or reach the college setting after participating in our program versus those that didn't, that were part of the study. And like that, here's some statements from our students that have been very successful. When students discharge from the program, we continue to follow them, we continue to support them, we help them work with student services to get their accommodations in place. They don't just finish and we say, all right, goodbye. We work with them to help them transition to the next step. So thinking about, is this right for me? So are you ready to get back to college or grad school? Are you looking to be successful in the classroom? And do you need a place to practice these skills before you start? Here's just some more information about the program. It's a flat fee. It does cost $6,000 for the entire semester. At this point, we don't have any specific financial aid, but some of our students on their own have found grants that have helped. We actually had a student from Georgia that found a grant that worked for him that paid for all 3 semesters of his program. We do also offer payment plans, so if you want to break it down in any way that works for you, we can certainly accommodate that. And even though it runs on Zoom, we do invite everyone to Boston at the end of the semester to meet in person, to do some end of semester testing, as well as some social outings. One semester we took a Roman architecture class. When they came to Boston, we went to the Museum of Fine Arts, and they had arranged a special tour for us, highlighting Roman architecture and Roman artifacts within the museum. So for anyone that's interested, I encourage you to contact me. My email is mermac@bu.edu. Usually the first step after emailing is we invite you to do an observation. So you can come check it out, stay the day with us and see how you feel. And then we would kind of debrief, see if we think it's a good fit, and then work on getting you set up for the next semester. We, like that, are taking students that want to start or return to college, but we will continue to support them. We keep in touch with our students. Most of our students, when they leave us, we recommend just taking one class, at a local college, try it out, see what's working. Again, we work with you to set up accommodations. I've been on phone calls with student services, with families, really saying this is what this individual needs. Are you able to provide that? And then we, if something's not working, we, have a Zoom meeting, we figure out, okay, what else do you need or what else? But we typically don't recommend discharge until somebody, is at that level where they could handle 1 or 2 courses. Most students stay with us for 2 semesters, sometimes more. With each additional semester, the research study showed that there was greater success. So we recommend, most students do 2 to 3 semesters, depending on their needs.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So most of our students come to us already being enrolled in some sort of outpatient physical therapy or occupational therapy. And since our program is 4 days long, usually like this semester, our day off is Wednesday. Usually most of the students on Wednesday are doing their PT and their OT with their other providers. But we are happy to, speak to the team if there's something from a COG or language perspective that could potentially help them succeed with their physical therapy or occupational goals. We're happy to collaborate. But, people are in the hospital, they go through their rehab, they go through their outpatient, and then they're like, okay, what now? What comes next? Those really functional based programs, where are they? Whether it be returning to school or the workforce, or to fulfill your particular interests, there is a gap there. We've had quite a few students from Georgia. Yeah. So we're already certified to, in Massachusetts, where I live, they require you to obtain a license from the state where the student is residing. So I think I'm up to 10 states now. So, but Georgia is one of them because we've had probably 4 or 5 students, quite a few that have come up from Emory.
First, thank you for having me in this group meeting, and thank you for this opportunity to share my study. So if it's okay, I can share my screen. Okay, so I'm here today to recruit some potential participants in my dissertation project. So let me briefly introduce myself first. So my name is Haejin Kim. I'm originally from South Korea. I'm a study team member from NYU Langone Health and a PhD candidate in occupational therapy at New York University. So my dissertation is a survey study. So in this study, I will explore patient experience and patient engagement in telehealth in the stroke population. So then what is telehealth? So telehealth includes online healthcare services delivered through video calls such as FaceTime, Zoom meeting, other virtual meeting system. Actually, telehealth includes other types of services like mobile health or other, game-based or like virtual reality-based services. But in my study, I'm focused on like video conferencing, like virtual meeting-based telehealth. So here's the eligibility for my research project. So if you are adult and have a history of stroke and currently live at home or community-based facility and have experience using video calls to see a doctor or a therapist at home, then you may be eligible for participating in this study. So if you participate in this study, I will ask you to complete one-time survey over a phone call or Zoom meeting. And it will take about 30 minutes of your time. And all participants will receive a 15 Amazon gift card as an incentive for their time and effort to participate in the study. So your insights and experience will play a crucial role in advancing my understanding and our understanding of patient engagement in telehealth among individuals with stroke. So if you are interested in learning more about the study and participating in this study, please reach out to me. This is my contact information. Do you have any questions? Many patients or even teachers and therapists, they are, experience some difficulties with using like virtual meeting or virtual their therapies or sessions. Yeah. So I'm in this study, I'm trying to understand like what difficulties they have, what factor most important to, their engagement in telehealth or virtual meetings. That's my goal. So I'm trying to understand what facilitator or what barriers to the telehealth. So sorry, yeah. So if you have any experience with telehealth, your input will be very, beneficial to our study because, you know what was difficulties when you're using the telehealth. So so this study aims to like examine the relationship between factors and patient engagement in telehealth. So what factors are most important? So to enhance patient engagement in telehealth. Yeah, yeah. So I think it's very important to, train patient, educate patient on the how to use these virtual systems well to, maximize their engagement in telehealth. I think that's a very important factors affecting patient engagement. So yeah, I understand that. During the pandemic, it was first time to use Zoom meeting for my class, and I was struggling how to everything operating the Zoom functions. But now I got used to it. I'm very familiar with using Zoom, but for stroke patient, they may have another difficulties, like, because of their physical function or their vision impairment or their communication difficulties. So they might have more difficulties. So that's why I wanted to conduct this study focusing on stroke patients. So if you are interested in participating in this study, you can call me at my number here. We can arrange a meeting or a phone, like Zoom meeting or a phone call. Then I will ask several questions to ensure that you are eligible for this study. And then if you are eligible and you are agreed to participate, we can complete the survey together. in the Zoom meeting, through the Zoom meeting, I can share my screen and we can review the survey together, and you can answer the question and I will mark or your oral answer or filled out the survey form. So yeah, actually I'm available for the survey this week, next week, but I plan to finalize my recruitment process by the end of this month. So after this month, I plan to analyze the data. So if you're interested participating in this study, please reach out to me before the end of this month.
Family, love, and friends. Kelly sent me over a handout that talks about sex, intimacy, and relationships after stroke. So I'm making sure it's very powerful, very informational, and giving you contacts to call, making sure that you feel comfortable getting someone to talk about and not just suppress it and feel like you don't have an outlet to discuss things. So this is very powerful. And I guess going around, I would ask everybody, because of Valentine's Day, and how do you feel your family or close friends or even work associates handled your transition after your stroke? Was that a good thing, or did they know how to basically love you through it?
Well, just have a quick announcement from BIAG, and that's the month of March is Brain Injury Awareness Month. So what we're doing is, if you're not following us on social media, please do, because every day we're going to highlight a group and their leaders. So we'll highlight Reuben and Leah, and we're going to highlight Y&R and Jason and Black Men Run. So do make sure that you follow us on social media. We have Facebook and Instagram. And then May 5th, we're having our golf tournament at Top Golf. So even if you can't golf, you can do it at Top Golf. And we reached out to a bunch of sponsors, and we told them that we would knock the price down on their sponsorship if they would give all their tickets to support group members. So hopefully I'm going to have free tickets for support group members. I'll let you know the closer we get. That's May 5th. And then June 1st, of course, we're having our very first memorial run for Roger. And I hope everybody will be there. I hope we have a team physical at the run too. I think he would like that. So that was it. Just wanted to let you know those things.
Thanks for those updates. Greatly appreciated. And we'll make sure we go over them again next month at our meeting.
And it will be in the newsletter.
In the newsletter. So we thank everyone for coming out and showing up, and we'll see you next month.